All right, so welcome and thanks for joining me for another video. In today's episode, we're going to take a look at some hot stocks for this week. Now, hot could mean, hey, stocks that are ready to move to the upside or are moving well. And it could also mean stocks that are moving to the downside because you could be on the bearish side as well if you want to take a bearish stance on the trade. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll take a look at the overall market. SPY and SPX has been pushing into the upper end, and they've been continuing to move well. Even if we look at the kind of the weekly, the trend has been to the upside here recently. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're on their 7th week to the upside. I will say it is slowing down when we start looking at just the latest bars and ticks. We're still above now this past little swing point, but you know, you got to be a little bit cautious as you start getting into seven week run or 7 in a row. You could get a down bar. I'm not saying that it's going to be all nasty and then you're going to sell off completely, but you could get a little bit of a move to the downside just for a couple of days, and something like that could panic out some people that are kind of new to trading. So be mindful of that. Okay, let's take a look at a couple of stocks. And before we get started, just remember that, hey, if you want to write in a ticker in the comments, just put one down in the comments and I'll take a look, and on the next video we'll go ahead and mark that one and for review. So the first one I'm going to start out with is DocuSign. I do like how this one broke out. It's very nice, clean cut, clear. We've had this resistance at around 44. Stock pushed and then digested, pushed further after earnings, and push. So we've got a lot of action there. And if you look at the weekly, we're starting to make this move. And a lot of people are liking it. When we look at the reasoning behind it, you might say, hey, it's starting to become a little more profitable. I mean, think about this. This company has been very popular over the years, but it's finally starting to get a little more profitable. These companies cost big bucks to run and operate. So anyway, it's jumping out quite a bit and pushing into some higher prices. If you can get a little bit of a turnaround, you also have this double bottom in this area for that stock. So as we press here, this could look good for some digestion and then a pop there. So right now, doing quite well. I think a little pullback back to the 50 to retest some things around that 50 level, because you also have this support at this level, which will come back in and pop. That would look a lot better and much nicer. All right, next one I want to chat about is going to be AMD. AMD has been a power ship. It's been very powerful, very strong company recently. And I will say all my chips now are AMD as well. I used to use Intel for many years, and then we switched to AMD about 5 years back. So anyway, the stock had a descending little pullback right here, and then it's continued to move higher. Got again another little pullback and then another breakthrough, and the stock continues to do well. Even today we are up about 4.37. I mean, just looking at it, yeah, you got up $4. Intel itself is down about 52 cents. Nvidia up $5. Texas Instrument down $2, and Broadcom up 31. Woo! Anyway, so AMD's looking pretty good. In this case, it's powering higher, and it's also breaking this resistance over here. I think the next level, you're kind of coming in to retest those upper highs on that, 52-week high. You're coming in to retest those 165 levels, and that could be the case to watch right there. So it's looking good. The clear skies ahead. All right, next one we want to take a look at is going to be Lyft. Lyft is another pretty significant one that's broken out, kind of like Docu. These tech companies are starting to kind of come back. So you've had this sideways digestion period, and now I've got this breakout right here. It even came back to retest that, and now pressing higher. You've also got some volume picking up. Now my volume doesn't color code things green and red until it's more than about 25% of the normal average volume. So that's where you can see the volume's actually starting to come in and look pretty good. So that is good news for Lyft. I'm going to go to the next one here, and that is going to be CapitalOne Financial. This one is also doing quite well. If we're looking at kind of the weekly, you'll see again, we've got 1, 2, kind of 3 resistance bars and areas, and then you're starting to break. So this looks good for higher prices. Very nice. And we'll see if it bounces off support, but it could be a nice a massive buying opportunity if this continues and the volume continues to pick up. So, all right. Last one I want to chat about. It's not a great one. Let's see if I have this one, Oracle or CL. Okay, so this one's kind of tanking quite a bit. You can see we just have a nasty sell-off. We're coming right back into about $100 price level. I usually give these things a few days to digest after such a large move. You're down about 11%. And if you want to type in, ORCL stock with the earnings revenue right there, it's not looking too good. So it gets a little bit, slammed, as they say. So that stock's not doing so hot. But if we look at the weekly here, if we break through, this could be a pretty nice shorting opportunity if we break the 100, because that could mean things could turn to the downside for a little while. So what happens with a lot of companies is they have some period of growth, right? And then they have a period of decline, a period of growth, a period of decline. So with this period of decline, it could be a nice shorting opportunity. And it could be a way to play it. If you're looking to buy it on a dip, I would wait for a much longer period of a decline, maybe to the 80, and then you could go and try to buy it. Because right now it kind of feels like a little bit more like a bloodbath with down 10% when you were up here. Although you weren't there, I mean, you were just there kind of in October already, so not too crazy, relatively speaking, as long as you didn't buy at the upper highs all the way over there. So if you were kind of trying to just swing trade it right there before earnings, yeah, that doesn't feel good. Anyway, so that's what I got for you. Again, remember, if you want me to take a look at some of the tickers for you, just write your ticker in the comment, and just let me know which tickers you want me to take a look at. So just write like 1 or 2, and then we'll take a look at it from the next time. Anyways, thanks again, and I will see you next time. Don't forget to check out tradingwebinars.co. There's some freebies there, and of course our website, criticalcharts.com. I'll see you next time. Take care.